What's up guys, and welcome back to TechRage. Obviously today I'm not in the office, I'm actually in a hotel room away, but I still managed to put together an S8 Plus overview for you. So this is my first time hands-on with the phone. I spent a couple of days with it, and this is basically the sort of experience that I've had with it. It's been absolutely amazing, so let's get into it.
So boldly on the front is S8 Plus. So let's go through what you get. Now I've had this for a couple of days, but let's show you what you get in the box quickly before I go through any more of the details. So straight away you can see the quality of the phone. Just in the hand it feels so solid. There's not as much flex as previous phones. It really does feel like a proper premium bit of kit. You get your pins to remove all your SD cards and your SIM tray, relevant paperwork to swap over any files or folders from your old phone, and your power brick, in my case a UK power brick, and a couple of adapters for USB to micro USB and USB Type-C, as well as your USB Type-C power cable. You also get some AKG headphones, but we'll go over that a bit more later, and some bits just to make them fit into your ears properly. All in all, it's a good selection of stuff to come with a premium flagship phone. So where do I start? Well, the elephant in the room really, that display. Honestly, I've seen other reviews of the people that got it firsthand before they were released, and I can honestly say they're 100% right. This display is absolutely phenomenal, nothing I've ever seen before. Even just the brightness and the clarity and everything else just shines through. They've just completely destroyed every other phone that they've ever done with this one. You can really call this a flagship, and I think if Apple are watching this, they really do need to step up their game, because this thing is just unbelievable. And considering that this is the Plus model, I thought I'd really struggle to be able to use it one-handed. But after playing around with it for a little while, I really did get to grips with the whole thing. The only thing that I didn't like about it was the position of the fingerprint scanner at the back. But I think what I'm going to try and do is play about in the future with maybe the iris scanner or the facial recognition. But I didn't think this would work in low light situations, but again, this is something that I can test out in future. For the fingerprint scanner, although it does work, you do have to physically reach around for it. There's nothing natural about using it. You've got all your relevant ports and buttons and everything else that you'd like to expect, as well as a Bixby button which they've added on, which is another feature, but again I'll go through that a bit later. On the rear you've got your heart rate sensor, your flash for your camera, the camera itself, and your fingerprint reader. Outside, when it's really sunny and really bright, you don't get too much glare because the brightness of the phone just pushes all the way through it. It really is a pleasure to work with. Even if you're trying to watch videos, play games, look at your nav, it really did handle it really well, which is quite surprising. Although you do get some reflection, it still shines through so you can see everything really clearly. When you do get this, make sure you set up all your camera settings. Now, I did ask the question of why doesn't it fill the screen when I'm trying to take a photo or a video, and that's just because of the aspect ratio. But personally, I'd rather just stick it at the highest megapixels possible to get the best picture quality I possibly can, and then if I need to zoom in to turn it into a 16:9 image, that's not a problem. The pictures that I did take, the colours were absolutely phenomenal. Now these pictures that I've taken here of the cars, they were actually in some quite low light conditions, and when I look back at them, I was really shocked at how light they looked in the actual pictures, because it wasn't even that light outside. Pictures during the day come through very vivid, and it was really easy to take photos. The autofocus worked really well, really snappy response. All in all, I'm starting to get used to this, and I've always been a Samsung user as well, but it was a massive change to go from the S6 or the S7 to this phone. So it does take a bit of getting used to, but after a while you do get really comfortable with it. Now, I wanted to try out this Bixby to see what it's all about. Obviously, they've added an extra button onto the whole phone just purely for this app. Now, what you're supposed to be able to do is take pictures of something, and then it will give you a price for it, or a description, or basically another picture of it, so you can find out what it is. You know, that's the whole point. You see something, you go, oh wow, look at that. I want to know what it is. So they introduced this, and although it's not all about this, but this is one of the main features that they've been pushing. So I thought I'd test it out on some headphones, and it couldn't give me any response. So I thought, again, I'll try it with another product, and then another product, and I couldn't find any results for 3 things. So I did some headphones, a microphone, and a mouse, and it couldn't find the results for any of them. So I was a little bit disappointed, and I really hope that they step that up in the future, or maybe I'm just taking pictures of the wrong things. To be able to text from just one hand on this phone, considering this is the Plus version, I was able to reach every single key with no drama whatsoever. I was really happy with that. Video playback is absolutely phenomenal. You won't be disappointed. Some of the specs for this S8 Plus are, it's a 6.2 inch full rectangular display. It's got a dual pixel rear 12 megapixel and a front 8 megapixel with autofocus, IP68 water and dust resistant, iris scanner, NOx protected, comes with 64 gigabyte of RAM, which is expandable, which is always a plus. And you get those AKG earphones as well, instead of the standard crappy tacky headphones you get with every phone on the market. They've actually put some decent headphones in, which is brilliant, because all in all, the whole package that you're getting with this phone now is actually premium, instead of having a few cheap bits and then just one bit that's decent. So yeah, spot on Samsung. They've made it up to us after all the catastrophe of the exploding phones. Fair play. So all in all, this phone is absolutely beautiful. You can't knock it, you can't knock the display. It's a step in the right direction for Samsung. I honestly can't see how on earth they would improve a phone like this in the future. There's not much more you could add, because in my opinion, I don't want a bigger screen. I don't want a smaller screen. It's just the perfect size, and it's got all that power to push through any of the new apps that are coming out these days. This really is just a showstopper. Absolute 10 out of 10 for this phone. Well done, Samsung. Get yourself an S8 or an S8 Plus.
Alright guys, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out all the links in the description below, and I'll see you guys on the next one.